We're now going to introduce mobility screening. So mobility screening assesses range of motions which could be restricting your movements on the field. And this allows you to assess whether you need mobility intervention and then balance it out with stability work. So the 3 selected mobility screens that we're going to use assess common areas of restriction around the ankle joint, the hip joint, and through the thoracic region. Each screen indicates if mobility intervention is needed, and you should only incorporate this intervention into programs if the screens indicate so. Excessive mobility can be problematic, so only target areas where you show restricted movement. So you should perform these screens regularly to indicate whether you do need mobility intervention and continuously balance it with stability work, and explore your needs around mobility and stability. So I'm going to go through the first screen now. So the first screen we're going to look at is going to assess range of motion about the ankle joint. You want to be barefoot or just in your socks for this screen, and you want a flat surface, ideally a wall or a box like I have here. And you want to mark out a space of about 10 centimeters from the box or wall that you're going to use. From there, what you're going to do is come down into a split kneeling position, upright torso, and you're going to place your big toe in line with the 10 centimeter marker. So mark out that space 10 centimeters from the wall or surface that you're using. So from that position, you're going to lean forward, attempting to touch your knee off the wall or flat surface. And what you're looking to observe is your heel. Is your heel lifting? And is your knee aligned over the second toe? So if you find that your knee is not aligned over the second toe and you see that it's maybe coming out to the side, you want to repeat the screen again and make sure that your knee stays aligned over your second toe and try to touch the surface, watching your heel. If you find that your heel raises even slightly, that indicates a restricted range of motion around the ankle joint, and you want to target release of particularly the soleus muscle. So what you're going to do is foam roll around the calf, particularly around the lower calf area. Foam roll it out and then follow it with a stretch. So it's better that you combine that. So the screen should be performed on both sides to indicate range of motion in both joints. And then you should follow it up with intervention by releasing that joint. So foam rolling of the soleus calf region, followed by stretching. And you can incorporate that into the program by doing it at the start of a session and on rest days also. This screen is going to assess range of motion about the hip joint and in particular the hamstring. So you're going to lie flat on the ground for this screen on your back. Arms by your side and legs down flat. From here you're going to raise one leg off the ground, keeping the leg straight and the opposite leg down. And what you're looking for here is a range of between 70 to 90 degrees. You're going to repeat the same on the opposite side, and you might... Is there? It's not really, it's to the side, but I'll pull it around a bit more. Was there interference with the previous screen? Okay. Okay, let me just, hang on, see here now. Okay, raising the legs straight up. How's that? Is there still interference though? Is it probably my clothes rubbing off of it or something? Legs straight up, 90 degrees, 70 degrees. Yeah, I've just pulled the aerial out there a bit. I don't know if that makes a difference. Okay. Okay. We're now going to assess mobility around the hip joint, and in particular the hamstring muscle and how that affects range of motion in the hip. So for this screen, you're going to want to lie down flat on your back, hands by your side, and legs flat. You may want to have someone observe you for this or take a video of yourself so you can watch your angles. From here, keeping your legs straight, you're going to raise it off the ground and reach it as far as you can. What you're looking for here is about a 70 to 90 degree angle, and you're going to repeat it on the opposite side. If you find that the opposite leg is raising off the ground to perform this movement, perform it again while keeping the leg down. If you find that the lifting leg bends, you're going to perform it again while keeping it straight. So it's very important that the opposite leg stays down and the lifting leg stays straight to get a real indication of this. So you're looking for between 70 to 90 degree angle here. If you find that it's less than 70 degrees, that indicates that the hamstrings are tight. So an intervention here would be foam rolling or trigger point release of the hamstrings combined with stretching. And you can do that before each session, and you can also do it on your rest days. We're now going to assess the range of motion about the thoracic spine, so the upper back region. So all you need for this is a flat wall space. So the setup for this exercise is a modified wall sit position. So you're going to lean against the wall and you're going to slide down until you feel that your weight is supported on your knees and feet. And you want to make sure that your feet are directly below your knees. So making sure that they're not back behind the foot or not out in front. So getting the knee and foot aligned. From here, you're going to flatten your back against the wall. So you want to make sure that there's no arch here that you could place your hand behind. So you're going to flatten your back against the wall. You're going to take your arms out in front, parallel to the ground, thumbs facing up. From this position, keeping your back flat to the wall, you're going to extend your arms up and overhead, keeping your thumbs facing in the same direction, attempting to touch the wall behind. So 2 things that you're looking out for here is that your back stays flat to the wall and that your elbows don't bend. So if you perform this movement and you see that your back arches to extend back and touch the wall, you need to do it again with your back flat. If you find that your elbows bend to have to touch the wall, straighten them out again. So what you're looking for is with a flat back and straight arms, that your thumbs touch the wall. And if you're not able to get that full extension overhead and you're limited in your range, that'll indicate that there's restriction in movement around the thoracic region. So what you can do there is use an intervention in your program to correct that by foam rolling out through the lat muscles and then stretching through the lat muscles. And you can incorporate that into your training program at the beginning of sessions or on rest days also.